Tonight, the Golden State Warriors learned a very valuable lesson as they got absolutely torched by the Miami Heat. Now, this game was horrendous. They shot the ball terribly, 23% from downtown, 39% from the floor, had 12 crucial turnovers that led to easy Miami Heat buckets. And I think this lesson that they learned tonight is that, listen, they're a way better team than they were a month ago, okay? Let's be honest. Adding Jimmy Butler, yeah, that was a huge difference maker for them. But they're nowhere close to where they need to be, at least not without Steph. Now, Steph will be back. That is something to look up for, but they have a lot of work to do. They cannot continue to play this type of basketball if they want to compete for a championship this season. Now, these type of losses right here are going to make or break you. And in this video, what I wanted to do is kind of break down some of the film. I want to show you the good, the bad, the ugly, everything that happened in this game. I want to show you. So before we dive in, comment down below, what do you think they need to improve on the most? Tonight was awful. Give me one thing that needs to be better going forward. Is it turnovers? Is it rebounding? Is it passing the ball? Let me know in the comments. Let's dive into some film. Alright, so here's one play that I actually really like. Now, we're going to know scoreboard. They're already down 13-6. Guys, one problem I see here, you cannot score 6 points in 6 minutes. You cannot do that in the NBA. You will not win a championship doing that. They scored 22 in the first, 18 in the second, 16 in the fourth. Look at this play, though. I like this play. So we're going to initiate a DHO, right? A dribble handoff. I know it looks like a P, but it's a D, okay? So a dribble handoff. We're going to hand it off to Moses Moody. Now, on this weak side of the floor, we are going to display a really interesting action. So right here, it looks like we're about to set an off-ball screen for Gary Payton to come off this thing, but what we're actually going to do is run him to that point of attack to Buddy Hield's defender, right? And now we're going to run him off, set this screen, and kick it over here, right? This is a beautiful play, a beautiful action here by the Warriors. Absolutely love it. Look at Gary Payton get in the way of Tyler Hero. We get no switch by Alec Burks. We get no rotation over from the big man, and ultimately get Buddy Hield a wide open three. These are the same plays they run for Steph, and these are the ones they run early for Steph to build momentum early in games. Now, defensively, things got tricky at times. They would set this high screen, right? They would roll him to the basket. We'd initiate a double team because they didn't like having that big switch on a Davion. So they would initiate a double team. Now, whenever you double someone, someone's open. And as Davion Mitchell drives baseline, you're going to see him make a really good play here. He's going to look over to the top side here. He's going to manipulate Jimmy into going to close out to Alec Burks. And then last second, he's going to hit the former Golden State Warrior in Andrew Wiggins. And again, whenever you rotate 2 onto a defender, or an offensive player I should say, you're going to leave an open jump shooter at some point in time unless you can rotate really well. Buddy Hield does his best, but ultimately that's an open look for Andrew Wiggins. He drains it. Now, the Warriors did make a really good comeback in that third quarter to close out that lead to within like 10 points or whatnot. And it all started basically over at this point in the game. We're going to get a drive baseline here by Buddy Hield. Whenever we can get a little bit leverage into the basket, or into the paint, I should say, we're going to be able to create some rotation from the defense. So, boom, he drives in. He's going to draw the big over, which is going to force Davion to come up and play that big man, which is now going to open up that weak side of the floor. So Buddy Hield is going to quick pass it over to the top of the key, and now we're going to get immediate pass right away from Pods, and then a quick three by Jonathan Kuminga. This is a great play. I love the ball movement. I love the extra passes, and I love the quick trigger. Don't think about it. Put up an open three, make the open three. Now you got a single-digit game. Now, here was a play that I just simply didn't understand. So, obviously, Tyler Hero was having a pretty good game, right? We could say he was, 7 of 10 from the field, 4 of 4 from downtown. He had 20 points, right? Wasn't amazing, but was pretty good. So, with 11 seconds left to go in this third quarter, we're going to give him that outside leverage. You see how we're kind of sending him baseline? We want to send him into our defense, which is Draymond Green. But what happens here is he's going to attack. we're going to overcommit way too early here, and they're just going to swing it over to Davion Mitchell, who is wide open for three. I think we did a bad job rotating. Maybe didn't know how much time was on the clock, how much time they had on the shot clock, but all Tyler Hero does is basically just manipulate Draymond into overcommitting early and finding Davion for an open three, and just like that, the Heat have momentum going into the fourth. And then there was the really just bad turnovers. I mean, to start the fourth quarter, not only do you allow an open three to end the third, but coming into the fourth, we're going to be lazy. Like, what are we doing? Buddy Hield, you got to go get that ball. This is just like football. You got to box out that defender, get that basketball. Should be your first instinct at every single moment of the game, right? Comes off soft, and then Davion Mitchell, a pest defensively. He's going to make these plays, and when they do, don't be surprised. And one on the other end. I don't know if that one was a foul. Guys, ultimately, do me a big favor real quick. Hit the like button if you want more Warriors breakdowns. Normally, we're doing a lot more positive content. I just want to keep it real with you guys. I'm going to tell you exactly how it is every single time. This team needs to be better. Starting games and being more consistent early on in quarters needs to be more consistent, right? Before we dive any further, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. It is free, it doesn't cost anything, and we will be breaking down this team, the Warriors, throughout the entirety of not only the season, but the playoffs as well. So make sure you guys join the family. Now, Pods started off the game really slow. Right here, they gave him a ton of separation. The reason being is because they had Jimmy Butler down low. He's pointing like, hey, get it over here. We'll have a better opportunity to get me back the ball, right? Pod says, well, I could do that, but this guy's giving me so much separation because he does not want me to get the ball to Jimmy down low. They're kind of denying Jimmy the basketball, and that's why they're creating separation. And boom, Looney just going to kick it right back over to Pods as they're still trying to deny Jimmy Butler that ball. And Pod says, hey, okay, I'm just going to shoot this ball. Gets it to go. Great shot. But now, hey, listen, we were down by 10. Now we're down by 16 and just 19 before that shot. So again, you cannot allow those runs. You cannot allow momentum swings. Late third, early fourth, cannot allow those. Now, Miami also just shot the ball really well. I mean, they shot 68% from three. 68% from three. You're not going to win too many of those games when the opposing team's shooting that much, but also, they were getting open looks. Look at this one. So, Tyler Hero is going to come up, and he's going to set what you call a ghost screen, okay? What does that mean? He's going to act like he's setting this screen, which is going to force this defender to hedge over Pods, right? But when the screen never happens, this guy just continues to go over. Right, so now you have an unnecessary double team. They have Bam here. They're going to send Hero off that thing. Again, watch this play. We're going to act like we're setting the screen. Don't. They double team for no reason. Bam's going to now get in the way of Looney. And now we get an open three-point shot. So again, is that better offense or is that worse defense? I don't really know because, again, we're supposed to be communicating. I think this is a lack of communication. We need to say, switch, switch, switch. All right, we need to be talking to our teammate. Or at the very least, we need some hustle. We need to get back in this play. Very lazy. Got to be better in these situations. But ultimately, listen, the game was over at this point. Tyler Hero up fake, gets his guy up in the air, shoots another three, gets it to go. They're down by 23 just like that when it was a 10-point game to start the fourth quarter. You cannot leave these runs. You cannot let these teams do this, and when you do, you're going to lose a lot of games. So, yes, the Warriors are a better team now than they were a month ago. They need Steph Curry, but more importantly, they need to develop without Steph Curry. That's all I'll say. So hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully more positive. Peace.